Hi, this is the 13th Wolfman, and this is another top 5. Today I'm going to do this one for Andrew Bellina. Andrew Bellina asked me a while back ago, said, are all your top 5s going to be about horror? And they don't have to. He suggested I do one about the 80s, and I've got 3 coming up for the 80s, and this is one of them. So, this is going to be the top 5 80s action films. That's right, I said action. It's not horror. But let's just get started right now. Number 5, Predator. Predator, I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's sci-fi, oh, it's horror, but it's really action. I mean, you're in the middle of the action the whole time. What's going on, and it's a Schwarzenegger film, so I mean, you gotta start off with the Schwarzenegger film, and that's the one I would definitely start off with. I know there's some people that probably think, why is it not number 1? Because my personal favorite is going to be number 1. What your personal favorite is, that's a whole nother story. So, like I said, number 5 is Predator. Number 4 would have to be, I'd have to say Tango and Cash. Actually, yeah, Tango and Cash. Stallone, Kurt Russell. I mean, I remember when the movie came out, it's really weird because I was a Kurt Russell fan when I was a kid. But then somewhere in the mid-80s, like somewhere like around Big Trouble in Little China, I was like, I'm kind of tired of Kurt Russell. And it's mainly because of Big Trouble in Little China. I know a lot of people love that John Carpenter film. I did not glom onto it like everybody else did. Sorry. It didn't do it for me. So, it wasn't until he made this movie, Tango and Cash, that I really, really just kind of said, okay, Kurt Russell's back. He kind of hit a dry spell there, you know. So yeah, that would be my number 4. Number 3. It's a little unknown. I mean, it's not unknown because it's out there, but it's a movie called The Boys Next Door, and it stars Maxwell Caulfield and Charlie Sheen. Came out in 1986, and it's about these 2 guys that have known each other their entire lives, pretty much. They just graduated from high school, and they were kind of like the outsiders in high school, you know. I mean, they went to a school, and everyone else was like invited to the graduation party. They crashed the graduation party, you know. And from that point on, it just festers up into this crazy car chase, killing spree type of movie, and it is insane. So that would be number 3. Number 2, not quite sure where I'm going with this. So, no, I'm just kidding. Number 2, action film. 1980s action film. I'd have to say Invasion USA. Chuck Norris. Yeah. I had to think about it for a second. I mean, because there's so many just going on in this little melon of mine, you know. So, yeah, Invasion USA. This was 1985. It came out. Chuck Norris did a really good job. I'm not a big Chuck Norris fan. I mean, he's made some good movies, like Breaker Breaker, Good Guys Wear Black, and The Octagon. I didn't really get into Walker, Texas Ranger, his TV show, you know, I mean. But he had a lot of interesting, like, action films in the 80s, and Invasion USA was a really good film. So that would definitely be my number 2. And number 1, this one's simple. I've mentioned this movie before in another top 5, and that would be Cobra with Sylvester Stallone. I just love this movie. This movie is like non-stop octane, man. I mean, if you have gasoline in your veins and, you know, whatever. This is the movie to watch. It's just non-stop action for me, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. I do own the movie on DVD, but hey, it's a fun movie to watch. And that 1950 Merc, that lead sled that he's got all kicked out, that's the way to go. So, this is my top 5. I want to know your top 5 now. Bring in the comments, bring in the video responses. They're all welcome all the time. I wait to hear from you. This is the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.